Well, welcome guys, our first video on collision crash course. This is a super important one and I am very excited to share this information. Today we are going to be talking about what to do right after an accident.
So most people make at least one major mistake in the first 5 minutes following a collision.
Oh, we do not want you to be one of those people. So I'm so happy you are tuning in. If you really like this information, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel because we have a lot of great content coming out in the future. So let's talk about this. Right after the impact, what is the first thing someone should do?
Check to make sure that your surroundings are clear and then safely exit the vehicle. If you can, do pull off to the side of the road and get out of the roadway.
Okay, great advice. So let's assume that the vehicles are in op, airbags have deployed, they cannot move them, they're in a safe position. What should they do next?
Call the police. Report the incident. If you know what type of other vehicles that were involved in the collision, try to let them know that as well. Most times in quite a few states, the police will not come to a scene of a collision without an injury.
So after you call the police, what do you, while you're waiting for them to arrive and secure the scene, what do you recommend our listeners to do?
Document everything you can. Make sure that you get the statements from the other parties as soon as possible by turning on your phone's recorder. Almost everybody's phone these days has the ability to record voice.
So important.
Make sure you get them recorded, get their name, their phone number, and if you can, even their driver's license.
Yeah, that's great. Especially their phone number, because you may have to contact that person later down the road if you don't get all the information you need to file an insurance claim, but we'll talk about that in other videos. I was just in an accident, obviously, you know, and the cars were in op, the police were dispatched. And while I was waiting for the police, a lot of people came up. And so I think it's definitely important to note when you're collecting this information to get the witnesses' contact information, because luckily I had a dash cam, but by the time the police got there, the witnesses left. So if I had not had that dash cam, because I, in that situation, had hit her because she failed to yield in front of me, I could have been cited at fault at the scene. But I had my dash cam, but the witnesses did leave. So if I hadn't had that tool, I would have wanted to contact them post-accident. So that's really great advice to document. What pictures should they take?
Take pictures of all four corners of every vehicle involved. The VIN number, those are usually either in the windshield if you can, but also it's almost always nowadays in the door jamb of the driver's side. Okay,
good. Good advice. Let's play out a scenario. Let's say I was in a collision. I was not at fault. While I'm speaking to the other party, let's say it was just me and one other party involved. Is there anything I should not say to that other party?
It's always advisable to not take fault in a collision.
Okay. So don't apologize.
You can apologize for what's happened.
Okay.
But taking responsibility for the collision is generally not advisable for most insurance companies. They prefer to come to that conclusion based on the facts.
Okay, so I shouldn't say anything like, oh, I didn't see you, or, okay, I couldn't stop in time, or, okay. Is there anything that I should say to the at-fault party to get them maybe to take ownership of the accident at the time?
I would personally avoid trying to coach them to say anything.
Okay.
It's more about letting them speak.
Okay.
Let them speak. Their own words will guide what's happened. Sometimes they'll go, oh, I only lightly tapped you. That's admitting fault.
Yes. That's great advice. And actually, I will put a link in the description to our next video. I was just rear-ended a few weeks ago, and I had a very interesting interaction with the at-fault party, and I documented that. So I'm going to actually make a video of what to do in those situations. So I definitely hope you guys watch that as well. When should I call the insurance company? Or what if the at-fault party can't find their insurance card? Is there anything that I can do if the police do not come out to gather that information? Because if the police are dispatched, that information will be on the incident report and I can file a claim with the at-fault parties, no problem. But what happens if the police don't come and the at-fault party is either denying fault or can't find their insurance? Or what information do you have? Just a brief one, because I know we're going to touch on that in the next video.
You can ask questions. You can ask questions. What insurance company do they have?
Mm-hmm.
You can call their insurance company at the scene.
Okay.
There is nothing wrong with calling both parties' insurance companies and explaining what happened and filing a claim at the scene.
And who should I file the claim with? Should I go through my insurance? Should I go through the other party's insurance?
You'll probably want to notify both parties' insurance companies.
Okay, good to know. So once they document everything, once they get all the information, if the car is in op, obviously it'll be towed. If the car is drivable, what do you recommend they do next?
Make sure that you're taking it to a truly reputable body shop. Even if you don't think that it'll be repaired, it's better that it goes and gets a proper diagnosis as to the damages in the collision than it be sent to a junkyard and possibly losing your personal items.
Yes.
And you're not being able to get the proper valuation of your vehicle.
Yeah, and we're going to do a deep dive on that as well. So stay tuned for a lot of more valuable information. Is there any last minute notes you'd like to add to this video before we conclude?
Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Watch our videos. Put in the comments other topics you would like us to talk about. Of course, we have a mile-long list, but we would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on our first video. Robert, you're the best. I'm so fortunate to be doing this with him. And would you like to say anything before we sign off?
This is going to be exciting. Everything's going to be great. And we're really looking forward to showing you how to handle a collision.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on Collision Crash Course. Bye-bye.